Well, hello, folks, and it's another Tuesday evening, and we are here for the most likely finale of Cave Story for the Sega Genesis. It's quite well done, fantastic little fan port of the game. And it's been an excuse to play through it again. I've played Cave Story many times. I enjoy it a great deal. And yeah, so there's going to be a little bit of redundancy this week because we're starting off, we're going to be repeating some of the dialogue that we read at the very end of last week. That's because, if you recall, we had just gotten the bad ending. And so now it's time to go for the good ending. And if you look down here, you see I've got two save files. So that if there's time to go for the true ending, or best ending if you ask me, but I guess you'd call it the true ending, I've got that ready to go on a separate save file. But at any rate, let's just jump back in. Okay, so let's nudge that down a little. Just a little. So if you recall, one of the dragon eggs had just hatched. And yeah, so we gotta, excuse me, hatch successful. Who's there? Oh, it's you. Glad to see you're all right. I'm the only one here. After you left for the Sand Zone, the rest of us hurried to secure a means of escape. And that's when Misery showed up. Sue got taken off with her. And I haven't seen the professor. I gather the doctor was able to obtain the seeds? Oh, no, I'm not blaming you. The doctor's victory was assured from the moment he got his hands on that crown, really. It's only a matter of time before his army of wild Mimigas is complete. After that, I feared not even you could stop him. We've no choice but to flee. I figured we might be able to escape if only we could hatch a sky dragon. That's why I came here. And now, my dragon has hatched. Would you like to escape with me? Okay, so if we say yes, we're locked into the bad ending. So, we're gonna say no, we don't want to escape with him. I see. You know, there's one other way one might return the Mimigas to their natural state. You could destroy the island's core. If you did that, however, the island would most likely crumble. A dangerous choice, no? Well, either way, we don't even know where the core is. If you'd like to give it a try, I can wait. But remember, the situation grows dire. I may have to leave without you. Okay, I'm just gonna back up quickly. And save again, just for safety. Grrr. If you're going to look for the core, you'd best hurry. sorry about that. Post-nasal drip. Okay, before we hurry, I'm going to take a moment here and we're going to jump down and into here. Ooh, that was close. And welcome to the Little House. Who are you, mister? Now, where did that man run off to? You haven't seen my husband, have you? Well, I'm glad we had that talk. All right, now to very cautiously, there we go. And there we go. Now I have to remember what's the quickest way. Do I want to go back to the Mimiga village now, or... No, wait, there's more stuff to do first. Okay, yeah. So... I like this music. In a game with a lot of good music, this is one of my favorites. We see here there's a little sign with a clock on it. And if you go over here, there's a little secret door. The room is just called Clock. And we got the Nikumaru counter. Something's written here. This item is a tribute to your determination. Glory to all zealous challengers. I was going to say zealous travelers, but... Yep. And there's sand here, you might notice, which means sand crocodiles. So you gotta kind of watch your step along these ledges. Oop, 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 that was close. That would have been a mistake. And given how much I praise this game, and probably be no surprise to any of you, that this is probably one of my favorite jetpacks in video games. It just works really well. Bit of a learning curve, but once you got it, you can do all kinds of cool stuff. Ah! I think I turned him into Hank Hill for a second there. Yeah, don't kill me! I'm human! I just got magically turned into a Mimiga. I'm human! Huh? Oh, what's this? You're not one of those killer robots? Oh, you scared the pants off me jumping out like that. You wouldn't be that, savior, would you? You know, that savior? I'm the other savior, actually. And what they meant is savory. I'm very tasty. I'm Ito, one of the humans who came to this island to do research. You're human, we get it. That witch, Misery, turned me into this. I managed to get away, but, well, just look at me. And now I'm stuck here. You climbed up from the outside, didn't you? I'm an engineer of considerable talent, but I'm deathly afraid of heights. Woe is me. I never should have come to this island in the first place. Anything else to say? Nah, surely you have no use for such a pathetic, stranded little man. Okay, now he's repeating himself. Game saved. And now we're on the plantation. No comment. Well, first thing we might as well check out while we're here. Before I go down, down is important. Less important is up this way. Passage? If we come into this little room here, see the statue chamber. Halda. Anakpane. Miyakid. And so obviously these are the previous wearers of the crown who, for whatever reason, tried to use this island as a base to do whatever. A man from the surface. The doctor is using the Mimigas to cultivate red flowers. This isn't the first time this sort of thing has happened. Who are you? Okay, so Curly doesn't remember us. Found this one lying in the spring. She says she doesn't even remember who she is. Just a piece of junk, I guess. Well, now that you mention it, there's a certain kind of mushroom, I'm told, that brings back memories when you eat it. Wonder if it'd work on her. Okay, yeah, so he's got nothing new to say now. So if we come up here, there's a bunch of Mimigas, and they're awful quiet. Oh, hey! Haven't we met before? Yeah, back at the Mimiga village. Someone called Misery snatched me up and brought me here. Man, I hate farming. I was just heading out to go fishing for a change of pace. You like to fish? I'll see you around. So again, we just sort of look at all these folks, getting nothing but ellipses for many of them. If we go down here, there's a little secret passage that doesn't appear to do anything. And so there's a version of this game for the 3DS that completely redrew the graphics with polygons. It is easily the least popular version of the game. And in that one, there's a secret passage in here that leads to a little bonus area. And if you run through that, you get it's like a baseball cap that looks like a Prinny head. For anyone who's ever played the Disgaea series. You know, Prinnies are the sort of penguin-looking creatures. And yeah, so that's a little thing they added for that version. And we keep going up here. There's another door over here. Into the jail. What? You a killer robot? You here to kill us? Let me out! Dr. Dumb can screw himself. Can go screw himself. Well, that's a line read. Do you know a Sakamoto? She's supposed to be hiding somewhere out in the plantation. The Mimigas out there in the field are being lied to. The doctor's gonna make us fight the robots. There used to be a couple humans around in here too. I haven't seen them. Wonder if they got away. And I believe if we hit up this teleporter, the destination is unknown. You still wish to teleport? Sure. And this takes us back to the shelter, all the way in Grasstown. Which is convenient, sort of. And this will take us back to Arthur's house. Don't worry, there is a reason why we're coming back here. Is this the graveyard? No, that's the farm. We don't want to go to the farm, we want to go to the graveyard. And if you look real close, I don't know if you can see him on stream, the quality might not be good enough. It's a tiny little man. We spoke to him back in the first episode. You say my wife's looking for me? Yeah, you're right. I ain't been home in a while. Alright, time to go. You're gonna take me there, of course? You're gonna take me there, of course? Okay, so we now have a small man in our inventory. But we also want some mushrooms. If you remember, we came back here a while ago. You got some business with me? Yes, I do. Amnesia? How awful. Well then, do you want me to give you the mushroom badge? Yeah. But in reality, you don't really want it, right? No? You want it that much? Yeah? You want it absolutely positively no matter what? Yep. But really you don't want it, right? No, I really do. Fine, here you go. Sweet, so we got the mushroom badge. Let's take a look at that. The mushroom badge you got from the mushroom. It has no real use. To be honest, you don't really need it. Okay, so here's the thing. We have to look at it in our inventory for the next part to happen. This used to confuse the crap out of me. So I could not understand why I would just get stuck here. But now that we've done that, and we come back and talk to him again. Found me out, eh? That's nothing more than a silly badge. What? You want to eat me? I'll have you know that I'm a valuable, valuable mushroom like no other in all the caves. I'm not just gonna let you eat me. Die! You win. Got the Ma Pignon. Oh, that seems like a strange name. That is a play on the French word for mushroom, which is champignon. Now the question is, do I want to go back through the grasslands or to just do the egg corridor again? And I think I'm just going to do the egg corridor again. And try to rush through this as much as I can, but these enemies will follow you to the ends of the earth. Or technically the ends of the room. Oh crap, how long ago did I... Well, sit tight folks, we're gonna be repeating some stuff. Well, if I'm gonna rush, maybe it is better to just dash through the grasslands. The enemies will be less dangerous there. Safety save. Yeah, this is probably faster. And again, none of the Mimi guys out in the field are going to speak with us. Because, technically speaking, we are a killer robot. If we come up here... get another life capsule. And there's another key spot, just to sort of quickly show off, if I remember how to get there from here. Is it over here? Yeah. So if you jump down here, you see there's a door there. And there's a little kind of invisible passage that takes us to it. What's the password? Can't get in there without a password. Who are you? Do you want to use the Ma Pignon? Jammed it into Curly's mouth. I love how the option, Curly, eat this, just did not exist. You had to force it down her throat. Even she's looking at you like, what the hell is that for, buddy? What are you doing? Quote! I remember now. Your name is Quote. And so, for anyone who didn't catch that, the joke here obviously being our protagonist who never talks is given the name Quote. You and I. Oh, right. Back then, a huge number of robots were sent to this island. From countries on the Earth's surface. Which countries? Just, you know, countries. The ones that have robots, I guess. Their target was the awesome power kept within this island. The Demon Crown. But you and I, we were different. The two of us were sent in order to destroy that power. But differently, apparently. When we got here, the island was in shambles. The robots had torn it all to pieces. And countless Mimigas had been slaughtered. It was terrible. Finally, one man got the Demon Crown in his possession. The robot's work was done, and the island fell silent. But that was just the beginning of the tragedy. With that crown in hand, the man turned the Mimigas into killers and began his assault on the Earth. Countries and all. I tried to stop him. You were there too. That's as far as I can remember. Though I'm pretty sure we were able to wound him, but we seemed far out of our league. Do you remember anything? I feel like Curly needed one more portrait. She's got sad face and happy face, and it's awkward use of them. Oh, sorry. We got the iron bond. I'm fine now. So basically, she just gave us a badge. You're tied a Curly Brace, the only warrior you would trust your back to. Surely you will meet again one day. Well, first of all, don't call me Shirley. Watch out for gunfish. Note, those who use them as platforms do so at their own risk. There's another enemy that's basically straight out of Metroid. And I think, yeah, can you stand on them? Yeah, you can stand on them. It's not a good idea. Oh, hey, it's you. I caught something weird just now. You can have it if you want. It's in the bucket there. Peered into the bucket. Looking closely, you can see something down at the bottom. You got the teleporter room key. So, what does the teleporter room key do? Well, there's a room. Use teleporter room key. Hey guy, what's up? Do you want to go to Arthur's house? Yes, that would be nice. Killer robot! Hey, come on. You're not dead, are you? Oh, look who's awake! I thought you might be dead. You wouldn't flinch no matter how many times Sue smacked you. Yeah, this is the jail. Those who try to defy the doctor get thrown in here. To be subjects for his experiments. That's what Sue said. You a friend of hers? Well, you're a bit late. She used to be in here with us. And she was caring for you the whole time. Just a little while ago, they came and took her away. Oh yeah. Just before they hauled her off, I saw her cram something into your pocket. What was it? A love letter? So we're gonna read Susan. This is Sue. In letter form. I don't believe I ever told you much about all of us. We came to this island from the surface on a research trip. Professor Booster was on our helicopter, and so was my mother, my brother, various assistants, and the doctor as well. He was there to serve our medical needs, and did so. At least until he found the Demon Crown. That crown, once the property of the master of this island, grants monstrous magical powers upon its wearer. The Doctor knew this even before coming to the island, which is why he wormed his way into our group in the first place. Once he had the crown in his possession, no one could stand up to him. We had no choice except to continue our research of the island under his orders. The Doctor seeks to rule the Earth's surface using this island as a base. And also the countries on the Earth. I think he plans to first attack the surface using the Mimigas as weapons. Anyway, I was able to get away somehow, but I fear the other researchers are already... Now he's using the unsuspecting Mimigas to cultivate more and more red flowers. Once he's ready to attack, he will drive the Mimigas into a murderous frenzy using the flowers. Using his terrible powers, he will be able to control the raging Mimigas to do his bidding. And that means I, too, will... If you can escape from this prison cell, look for the hideout hidden in the plantation. Yeah, hideouts are usually hidden. If my mother is yet safe, she'll be there, coming up with a counterplan. Please, help my mother. The password is Litagano Motskaud. The letter ends here. Will you read it? Yeah, I just want to quickly hop back to the password here. Now we don't actually need to memorize that. It's just an event flag. But you might not have caught this. Litagano Motskaud is an anagram for Dokutsu Monogatari, which is the original Japanese name of the game. In the official translation, the password is just Cave Story spelled backwards. So, as much as I criticize the fan translation, I think in this particular instance, they had the right idea. I do think, I just think, you know, sure, you could... I mean, the point of localization sometimes isn't to just translate the text, but also sometimes translate the intent as well. But I think that joke is kind of better left a little vague. Oop, no, this is still the jail. Okay, where am I? Yeah, we should probably do this now because I think at some point I'm gonna temporarily lose my jetpack. Okay. I'm home. You know, it's good to be back. Oh, if that isn't a fine-looking blade you've got there. Care to trade it for my fabulous gun? Gave him the blade, got the nemesis. Thank you for your help. Who are you, mister? Okay, so the nemesis... It's a bit of a weird gun to show off. Just wait till I get up here. I think they had to do some kind of workaround in order to get the sprites looking the way they do. But the basic gist of the Nemesis is that this gun actually gets weaker as it levels up. So as you collect weapon energy for it, yeah, it powers down. That I just said the same thing twice, but in different phrasings. But anyway, yeah, so kind of a fun weapon. It's useful in a sense because even at low level, it is at its strongest, but then you have to like try to avoid collecting weapon energy. Here. Or inversely go to the trouble to try and like take damage on purpose to get it powered down. And I believe the projectile looks more and more like a duck? Or not a duck, but like almost like a rubber ducky, more than an actual duck. So for now, I'm just gonna stick with the spur. Really use that health. There we go. Okay, and there's a bit more wandering around the plantation to do. So you're the savior Sue spoke of. Everyone keeps calling me a savior. Jesus. Oh, thank goodness. I'm Momorin Sakamoto, Sue's mother. I used to take my chances working at the doctor's side, but once he found the seeds, he had no use for me. So he had me tossed off the edge of the island. Chivalry is dead, let me tell you. But that's neither here nor there. Right now I'm working on building a rocket. One that will get you to the Doctor's throne. I don't quite have all the parts yet, though. Aha! I just need to borrow this. I still need more parts to finish the rocket. Are you busy right now? Nope. Ah, good answer. Our savior indeed. Here, put this on for now. Charming, quite charming. Well, maybe a little big, but the Mimigas working the fields aren't allowed to speak with humans. But with that mask on, you should be able to talk to them. You with me so far? I can talk to the Mimigas. To complete the rocket, I'll need plenty of electrical power. If you could get a hold of one of those sprinklers they use out there, I think I might be able to work with that. Please bring me back a sprinkler. All right. And so now we have to play without the rocket for a little bit. Or without the jetpack, I mean. But also, now we can talk to these guys. The surface dwellers are planning an attack on us, so we're raising red flowers to prepare. If what the doctor says is true, these flowers better bloom fast or else. With the red flowers on our side, those killer robots will be a piece of cake. Bloom away, my crimson dainties. Long live the doctor! Okay, we gotta make this. This is sort of an annoying jump to make without the rocket. Jetpack, whatever. There we go. Need to get a little momentum first, I guess. Get to work! It stopped. Oh, you're new here, aren't you? I bet you're still confused, being picked up and dropped here all of a sudden. Well, just remember, don't try anything funny. If you run away and get caught, they'll throw you in prison. As long as you just tend to the flowers, you'll be safe, and you'll get to eat. It's busted again! Hey you're the new guy, right? Apparently. Go take that busted sprinkler in exchange for a new one. So we take the busted sprinkler. I'm so exhausted. I don't believe a word that doctor says. Robots? Yeah. Like that's supposed to scare me. But it's true that robots from the surface have attacked this island in the past. And I know many of us were killed. But some among those robots understood speech. I believe they too had souls. Wow, having a soul is easier than I thought. Another one. Handed over the broken sprinkler. Be nice to this one. Excuse me. Oh, welcome back. Let's see. Yep, plenty of juice in these batteries. I think this may work. Next, I need you to track down a man named Ito, who is definitely a human. He's an engineer of considerable talent, to use his own words. But he's also one of the most timid men I've ever met. He fled from the doctor right off the bat, but he can't have gotten far. Oh, the dastardly crime of timidity. Ito? Yes, that's me. What's that? Sakamoto's working on a rocket? Timmy fell down the well? So she's still alive. A fierce one she is. Nothing like me, that's for sure. All right then, take this. Good thing he just happened to have one. I think that's what she's after. Give Miss Sakamoto my regards. Oop, wrong door. Oh, welcome back. Did you find Ito? This is it, all right. This is the controller he's so proud of. Well, the analysis would be a lot easier if only he were actually here. Well, I'll manage. Thank you very much. It'll take quite a while before I'm finished. So why don't you rest over on that bed? You know, that one. In the other room. You awaken after a long sleep. Okay, I'm just gonna take a quick bathroom break. We're getting real close to the end. And I'm back. I'm back. Me too. No use hiding anymore, you know? And anyway, the rocket couldn't have been finished without me here. By the way, if you defeat the Doctor, you think I'll be able to become a human again? Did you have a good rest? The rocket's all done. You'll be able to take down the Doctor, right? I believe in you. Take this with you. You know, that thing you already had that I took away. You won't be needing this anymore. Directly above us is a path to the throne room. You should be able to get there using the rocket. The Mimigas are gone from the plantation. In other words, they may already be using the red flower. Go on. Ride the rocket up to the Doctor's throne room. Hurry! Okay, we gotta go back in here. Just turn that on again. Alright, I gotta remember... Obviously, we are supposed to stand on that rocket thing, turn it on, and then it'll vroom us up into the sky. But I do want to show off something. If I remember how to get there. Yeah, so the jail was over here. And that means if we go up... Wait, yeah. It's the jail. And then, yeah, this was the secret way out of the jail. It's incredibly secret. You'll never find it. If we go over here... There's a puppy. Long time no ARF. I was told to bring this to you. So you're going to fight the doctor? Good luck. My tail wags only for you. Oh yeah, tell Curly I said hi. And I believe, because we still have our life pot, and so if you use that, you get a full health refill instantly. And I think he gives you another one if you used it earlier. You can get one more before the final area. Do you want to flip the switch? So that's all designed to make sure it's instant death if you try to climb up there without the rocket. You feel a black wind blow through you. How you're able to feel the color of the wind, we'll have to ask Pocahontas. All weapons drop to level 1. But that's not a big deal because we have both the Spur and the Nemesis. And so, if I had planned this out a little better, I would have been able to show this off. But basically, there are two different versions of this particular room, based on which of the booster jetpacks you have. And so, because we have the good jetpack, they gave us the more difficult version of this room. And you can shoot these things to power up your weapons, which again, we don't really need with the Spur. We'll deal with that in a minute. But yeah, so the reason they changed the room is because this one is specifically designed to sort of put your kind of jetpack skills to the test. So the room would actually be completely impossible if you had the other jetpack. And if you had this jetpack in the other, well, if you had this jetpack in the other room, the difficulty would be completely trivial. So needed to jump a little higher before hitting the booster. And also, I think this guy is only here in this version of the room. Not that he's all that tough with the spur. And we got the clay figure medal. Small and profoundly heavy. It has no use. Now, I believe it is theoretically, well, I say theoretically, it is entirely possible to take out that first guy and then just sort of shoot down those other things. I'm pretty sure what we're supposed to do is this. And then we emerge up here. If you look over at this statue, it doesn't resemble any of the other statues from the other spot, at least to my knowledge. This must be the helicopter that Sue and the others came in on. And this is a prefab house. And if we look over here, we find a note written by Booster. Would you like to read it? Exploration of the island's interior would be more effectively accomplished, I suspect, had we equipment to facilitate aerial movement. Thus, I have duly begun development upon the Booster. Development of this flying apparatus will take place in 2 stages, version 0.8 and 2.0. My plans call for version 0.8 to be equipable and allow for a certain amount of hovering. I'm sure I can complete version 2.0 provided I only live long enough. It promises to be an even more useful item. So I guess that's kind of your hint that there's a way to get a better jetpack. And so there's an enemy that looked and played exactly like Igor. It's your confirmation that Igor was in fact an enraged Mimiga. And if we go all the way up here, this is a good spot to quickly and easily replenish kind of whatever weapon you want to. There we go, our missiles are now maxed out. I want to max out anything else, but the fireball? Well, that's not a problem, because if we just keep going up... That's all, folks! And then boom, we're back down here. And all of those power-ups respawn, so we can go get them again if we need to. But... we kinda don't. So, it's time to move on. So it's you. You really are a tenacious one, I'll grant you that. Suppose you're here to destroy the core? I used to consider you merely an out-of-control robot. But I see I misjudged you. You should know that I carry no affection for this island. It is simply fate that I must obey the one who wields the crown. Prepare yourself! Okay, I guess I timed that poorly. Just doesn't seem to have taken any damage. There we go. Now, a weapon that takes forever to charge in a fight like this is actually not too bad, because we need to spend most of our energy dodging all of her attacks. And yeah, we can only damage her at certain points, it seems. Defeated Misery. The King's Table. The doctor's afraid of us. That's why he put us in jail. I'm sure of it. Oh, it's Mr. Traveler. Nothing happened. I mean, hi. Did you come to rescue me? Finally, it is complete. Administering red flowers to a Mimiga causes it to fly into a violent rage. The reason for this, in fact, is quite simple. The flowers contain not only a substance to draw out one's latent powers, but also to crush one's very faculties of reason. It is this that I have successfully extracted and concentrated. You can see it in the form of this. Red crystal. And unlike the flowers, this crystal will affect humans as well. It's wondrous. Do you understand the splendor of this? Do you? I doubt you do. Then allow me to explain it in a special lecture, which we could have just called a demonstration, but okay. And down in one hit. Gah! The power! I can't control it! That wasn't even my final form! So, again. And there we go. I remember the spur doing a lot of damage, but that seems like quite a lot even. I don't know, it seems a little overpowered, but whatever. Defeated the doctor. Do you remember me? From Grasstown. Lost McKee? Yeah, your name was Santa. Well, that's all right. Doctor was sure up to no good, wasn't he? You did it! I feel like a princess. Sue? Oh, I know her. Yeah, it's the girl that looks like a Mimiga, but she's really a human, isn't she? My eyes can't be fooled. Anyway, she's not here. Now that was something. that's far enough. If you value her life, step away from the core. So even a robot can care for the life of another. You really are different from the others who came here so many years ago. I never dreamed you would defeat the new king. Well, so be it. Let me offer you a deal. You can die together with the island, or you can leave and forget you ever came. If you promise to leave at once, I can guarantee this girl's life. Otherwise, you shall not escape. Who goes there? Have you really forgotten the voice of your master? The power of the red crystal is wondrous indeed. It fills me even now. My body may be wrecked, but my consciousness has never been more distinct. That's a way of putting that. It feels as if I have become a Superman. Okay. You can leap over tall buildings in a single bound? You! What's wrong, Misery? Does my form frighten you? Are you not dead? Be gone! A fool who would forget her own master does not deserve free will. Misery, you will be my puppet until the day you die. Let's get out of here. Huh? You're not leaving this place alive. Okay, so I think we sort of have to fight them in order to, I think, yeah, you can stun Sue and Misery at this point, I believe. But our target is, of course, this big core. We gotta wait for him to open up his face hole. Misery seems to be having a hard time landing. And there's the core. And that's why it's absolutely worth it to get the spur. It's running! Oh, it's the helicopter. We've got enough fuel. We're ready to go at any time. I never dreamed we'd actually make it back to the surface. I wonder if they're all right. An earthquake? The core? It couldn't be. Oh no! The island's starting to collapse. It won't be long before this place crumbles, too. We've got to get out of here. And so if you were worried, the surviving Mimigas have all been released, so they're fine. As for the other inhabitants of the island, over here! Run with all you got or you're gonna get crushed! Or use your jetpack, I'm sure that works too. So hey, you'll notice this door is open. Interesting, huh? Anyway, we gotta get out of here. You'll also notice there was no helicopter. And this door won't open. There's nowhere else to run. We'll have to jump for it. It's either that or sit here and let these rocks crush us. You ready? Jump as far as you can. I believe later versions of this game actually do extend that escape sequence a little farther. So you have to kind of run through a little obstacle gauntlet before you get out. But this is based on the original, so... The island's falling! It's too dangerous. We've got to pull out. No comment from the peanut gallery. Caught by Kazuma. Phew. If that's a reference to Sonic 2, I don't know. It could be. Would make sense. This game does have its fair share of references to old retro games. I never thought you'd actually pull it off. Blowing up the core. Well, now the world ought to be free from any future incarnations of the Doctor. Peace has been preserved. Now let's go home. And so that is the good ending of Cave Story. We get here all the characters we didn't realize had names. Including a Mimiga named Colin. Some nice artwork of kind of the different points in the game. Every cave needs a bat. And again, so you got the door that was only in one spot. Gravekeeper was only one of them in the whole game. And so we get a little more story here. Apparently the island crashed, but not everyone necessarily died. We got Nurse Balrog taking care of the cockroach things. Dr. Booster hooking up with Jenka. Yeah, Balrog had turned into Balfrog. And there's the grave of Arthur. And here's the names of all the songs. There's a little scene, they tried to turn Ito and Sue back into humans and it didn't take. And then it just abruptly stops, apparently. Do the buttons work? They do not. Well, anyway, I really like that ending. I think it's a little bittersweet, but I think it finds a nice balance, you know, and they don't answer everything that's going on. There's still a little bit of mystery to what's happening in this game, but you know the stuff you need to know. I think if there was no true ending to search for, I think this would be a satisfying end to the game. I would be perfectly happy. In fact, I have been perfectly happy with this being the ending. However, let's reset. And so you'll notice as we were doing the escape sequence, and for some reason I forgot to collect one of the... Look at that. Screwed that up. Forgot to collect one of the health pickups. But anyway, we ran past the little house on the surface, on the top of the island. What happens if you go in there? The bed's all crooked. You're stuck. If you'd like to give up, I can give you back a little time. Do you want to give up? No? Okay, so basically if you walk into this little room, I think the bookshelf will let you replay the escape sequence. I don't remember exactly. But yeah, the basic gist of it is if you run in here, well, there's a lot of conditions that, like, things we had to do along the way in order to make sure this passage opened up. If you don't save Curly, you don't get to go in here. If you don't get the Booster 2.0, this path doesn't open up. And there's a few other things there's like specific conditions. I don't remember exactly what. But then you get to jump down here. Counter activated. All weapons drop to level 1. And if we go down here, there's a sign that says, "Welcome to Hell," which confused a whole lot of people who seem to think that because the sign says "Welcome to Hell," that this part of the game is called Hell, when it's... Oops. This part of the game is very difficult. When this part of the game is actually called, I think here they call it Sacred Ground. The official translation calls it the Sanctuary, same difference. Oops. I think I'm supposed to land on one of the smaller spikes, take the damage, and... yeah. So as I'm sure you've worked out, yeah, there, that one only does 5 damage. So here we go. Did you know that the witch woman Jenka once had a brother? I did, because you mentioned it once before, but this is also the only point in the game where you specify that Jenka was a witch. That's new information for me. His name was Balos. Like his sister, he wielded powers far beyond those of mortals. Oh, no, we died. Oh, we died. Did I mention I've never actually completed this? Well, we got a half hour to try. So we want to save a little bit of juice for when we get down here. Got a life capsule. Okay. He used his magical powers to help and guide people. And the people loved and trusted him in return. Even more than they did their own king. Ooh. Connected her body to yours with the rope. So again, because we're using the Nemesis, that's what this gun is called, we gotta be careful not to collect the weapon power. This part is also timed, as you can see, but that is not a concern of mine. The jealous king had Balos apprehended and thrown into prison, where his punishment was brutal and cruel. Humans can be terrible creatures indeed. Under the extreme cruelty of the torture, Balos' magic abilities finally ran wild. The king was engulfed in the swirl of magic and destroyed in an instant. In a single night, the kingdom that Balos loved so much was reduced to ashen ruins. Okay, we switch back to the spur now, but as you can see, Curly is providing cover fire from the back, and she's also using the Nemesis. And I believe hers doesn't level up, so I don't think we have to worry about weapon power so long as we ourselves don't if we stay on the spur, we should be fine. so we suddenly got all these little cherub enemies that are nowhere else in the game. And these big cherub enemies that are also nowhere else in the game. Though their physique may look familiar to you. There. You don't want to be too close to that thing when it explodes. We also want to be careful here because there's spikes on the lower level if we... Jenka, seeing her brother's madness, confined him to this floating island. That was the most she could do. Even as he was, she could not bring herself to kill her own brother. So this weapon is clipping through a few tiles. That's kind of helping us out a bit. I'm sure that's, you know, just some kind of workaround that they had to do in order to get the weapon to operate as intended on Genesis hardware. Whoop, we stepped on spikes. It was Jenka's daughter Misery who made Balos create the Demon Crown. She was subsequently cursed by the crown, forced to do the bidding of all who wear it. If the crown is destroyed, the curse is lifted. However, indeed. And try to farm a few hearts off these guys. Most of them are not reaching us. And yeah, that's a boss fight. And a tricky one at that, so if we can get a little more health, it'd be real nice. Open the treasure chest. Max missiles increased by 24. If I stand here, do more of those little cherubs come in? This fight seems a little bit easier than it was in the original. I definitely remember this guy giving me the business many times. Definitely right now we need to be farming some health. We're still gaining more than we're losing. Since we're farming, I'm just gonna switch both characters to the Nemesis. Actually, no, I'm not, because that's gonna level up the Nemesis, and we don't want that. Okay. Oh, come on. As you can see, it's the big one of those guys. There we go. And whatever you do, don't stand underneath them. But if we drop down now... Hey, remember this room? It won't open, so we can't get back to the plantation. If we look over here in the statue chamber, Halda. So I suppose this guy, if you imagine the statue up on the surface, is this guy in a cape. Maybe. If a Miyakid Fuyuhiko Date. So we now know the doctor's name. I think. I'm pretty sure. And now we have Curly Brace, King, Toroko, and Quote. Do those things come back if I leave in... Yeah, no, okay. Even if the crown is destroyed, it will only rise again every time, so long as Balos yet lives. Such is the strength of his soul that permeates the crown. Please kill my master. That is the only way misery can be freed. The only way to avoid a repetition of this tragedy. My master's name is Balos. His magic powers have gone wild, and now he can't even die. And here he is. Welcome. I am Balos. Ages upon ages ago, in fear of enduring further punishment, I allowed my magic to run wild. The magic became such that even its master's hands could not control it. As I looked on, unable to quell its fiery rage, It took from me my loved ones, my children, my dearest wife. Their cries of agony soared above the flames. I could not avert my eyes, so I merely gazed upon the spectacle, laughing. Jenka sealed me away, but my magic yet rages out of control even now. Long, long have I waited. Waited for the one who would finally subdue my magic's fury. Now, kill me, or I shall kill you! Okay, that was phase 1. I can't remember if there's 2 phases or 3, but yeah. This is a tough fight, so... long story short, basically what we need to do here is, he's kicking up bones every time he jumps. We need to get on the other side of him. Somehow. And we need to aim for the red eye. Touching him directly doesn't seem to... Oh, but he can crush you. You have died. Want to retry? Sure, let's retry. All the way back to the start. You have to do that all in one go. However, this is a Genesis port, which means we got save states. And I'm not a big fan of save states in general, but honestly, I just want to show off the ending, and like even this, there's no guarantee. I might still not be able to finish this, even with save states worth of retries. Also, we can fast forward through his monologue here. Yeah, so running up against him directly doesn't actually hurt you, so maybe... Am I supposed to, like, land on top of him, maybe? No, that's not working. Or is it the white eye that takes damage? I'll have to see. That's phase 2. Okay, so it seems like if you shoot the eyes, or the orbs around... Oh, health. Any more health up here? Thank you, guys. So, okay, so we need to aim for... We need to close those eyes. Yeah, that's all the eyes closed. We got 5 health left. There we go, okay. Oh yeah, and then these platforms show up, because at this point, I believe the ground is dangerous. Also, is this... Oh, nope. Oh, that is... I don't know if that's glitchy or not. Yeah, the ground is full of spikes, so we have to stay on these platforms now. Come on. Oh, there's spikes, but they're not... Okay, well, anyway. Slow down! And then they pick the worst possible moment to listen. Is the eye still the weak point? I did some damage to him at some point. Oh, wait, no, yeah, he seems to be... I'm honestly not sure what I'm supposed to be hitting. But yeah, getting stuck... No, 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 come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Again. All the way back here. Well, that went much poorer than even usual. It's like, okay, we need to wait for him to land. Getting a clear shot on him, man, it just takes... And then he was too close to the ground that time, so the pattern didn't work right. I can't see where I am. Okay, so wait for him to land. I don't know if I manipulate his movement here by kind of jumping, giving myself a little bit more leeway. Did that do anything? It's kind of a lot to keep track of, including screen shake. I know that can be turned down in the options. And at this point, I'm not 100% sure what even damages him. And I have 3 health left. I hope y'all didn't have high hopes for my skill level. That went better. Yeah, I think if I'm airborne when he swings by, he doesn't get quite as close to the ground. Or maybe I'm imagining it. Well, just thanks for getting stuck in that form for an extra little while, just for funsies. You know how it is. Okay. So I think I gotta take those guys out, otherwise I don't have a clear shot at him. I can't even tell if he's taking damage. There's too much stuff going on. Something hit him. Do I need to aim for the mouth instead, maybe? Curly seems to have a handle on it, so I'll just face away from him and let her shoot. This might work. We do still have our health pot. Well, I'm popping it just to be safe. There we go. That was not a legitimate clear, but whatever. At least I get to show the ending. It stopped. The island stopped falling. Maybe all the negative energy was weakened after we beat him? Well, I don't know, but it looks like our work here is done. It hurts. What? So hot. The pain. The wall. No, he said the pain. Help me. It hurts. So hot. We're gonna get crushed. Yeah. There you are, just like Misery said. You came to rescue us. Hold on tight. Let's go. Whoa! It's all in your head, right? I'm not sure. What's all in your head, right? I'm not sure. Phew. That was close. I thought I was scrap metal this time for sure. Looks like we owe you another one. Nah, don't thank me. I was just doing what Misery asked me to. Misery? You mean that witch? That's right. I thought she hated our guts. Heck, I thought you hated our guts. Oh, you beat Balos, right? When you did that, it lifted our curse. Now neither of us have to take orders from anyone. Oh, I thought you guys were just jerks. But I guess it was all the crown's fault. Well, you reap what you sow. After all, Misery's the one who had to make the crown in the first place. Huh. You don't say. I do say. So what you gonna do now? I can take you anywhere you like. You're right. Our mission is over. And now I just want to live out my days. Somewhere where I can relax and enjoy a beautiful view. Like on the back of a flying suitcase. You know... Huh? Would it be alright if I joined you there? Sure. Let's live the three of us together. Let's live the three of us together. Really? I'll let you pick the spot. Just find us a good place, okay? You got it. All right then, hang on tight. And so that was the true ending. And we get the same... And so we're getting some different artwork this time. You see here Balos and his... And that was Cave Story. And yeah, one of these days I might come back and make an attempt at that final boss without resorting to using save states to cheat my way through it. I guess your opinion on whether it's cheating or not may vary, but I kind of think it is, personally. But either way, I'd like to thank everyone for hanging out to watch this. This was a game, again, that I absolutely adore and am very, very happy to play through again. And yeah, this Genesis port, you can see a couple spots where they're doing some workarounds in order to get everything to work the way it's supposed to. I think I mentioned that before, but yeah, really excellent port of, I mean, what was already an excellent game. Okay, so these little animations at the end are pretty much the same. Yeah, so more than anything else, of course, thank you to Mr. Daisuke Amaya for making the game. There isn't a follow-up to this necessarily, but there is kind of what I would call a spiritual successor, in the form of Kero Blaster, or I guess Kero, K-E-R-O, Kero Blaster, but it's Kero Blaster because Japanese. And that, it's a completely different story. Big fish found in the island's artery, Ironhead, yeah, and again, of course, there's also Ika-chan, which is the game that came before this. And those two games are also really, really good. Kero Blaster it's a similar gameplay, but the story is more... It's a straight comedy, basically. And yeah, Ika-chan's just a very short little adventure game. A whole lot of fun. We get a little shot of Misery hanging out on her island. No longer cursed. Ending glitched a little bit. What are you gonna do? And that is the true ending of Cave Story. again, I'd say I would never thought I would manage, but again, I used save states, so technically speaking, I didn't manage. But whatever, for the sake of showing off the game, who cares? And I will be back tomorrow with ranking of the shmups, and in fact, the final ranking of the shmups. Maybe not counting, we might do a little bonus stuff afterwards. But it's going to be the last game to actually get ranked. And maybe you know what it is, maybe you don't. It's obviously one that's been conspicuously missing until now. But that's going to be me for this evening. Let's just we're gonna raid G to the next level. Looks like he's nearing the end of Phantasy Star 4. It's a excellent game. And so thanks for coming by. Thanks for hanging out. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you. Like and subscribe. I have a music channel as well. Don't worry too much about that. So next week, this time, we'll start a new game. I'll have to decide what that's going to be. In the meantime, I do hope to see you next time. Bye for now.